नाद्यश्नतस्तु योगस्ति नैचैकान्तम् अनश्नतः न चाति स्वप्नशीलस्य जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुना. There is no possibility of one becoming yogi or Arjuna if one eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. So, what is this eating, sleeping to do with spiritual life? Correct? It is material some way. But no, because we are conditioned, it is to be careful. Just imagine, we think somebody is a sadhu and you go to meet him, he is eating 50 items. Immediately we get a surprise. Something is wrong here. Correct? Common sense says something is wrong. Because Vairagya Vidya this is. We are all practicing Vairagya Vidya. In fact, once Srila Prabhupada said, some of my disciples are falling down because in the name of eating prasadam, they are overeating. Just because I am eating prasadam doesn't mean I overeat. We cannot overeat. We should eat. Prabhupada is to be very simple actually. Eat what you can digest. Yeah, right? In a simple way. Even they used to ask you how much you sleep. Sleep till you can become fresh. But then 6 hours should be sufficient. Every person, maybe person wise it is different. Some persons eat more. Okay? But he should be able to digest and he should not collect fat. Correct? So similarly sleeping, there may be some person needs little more sleep, but then he should organize in such a way he is ready for Mangalarti. Each body is different. But overall, 6 hours is the time. But we cannot be fanatical about it. Maybe some people sleep 6.5, some people sleep 7. But they should be fresh. The time is, you should be fresh. But Acharya's instruction is 6, and personally he hardly slept 6. He himself was sleeping 2, 3, Sometimes he was not sleeping. So many times Prabhupada used to travel. So you are in day, you reach America in day, you call there, what do you call it? Jet lag. You start in the day 8 o'clock morning, and 24 hours later you reach 8 o'clock in the morning now. Now what do you do after that? Now you have not slept. People get 2-3 days they take time for to get used to the new clock cycle. They call it jet lag. Prabhupada had no jet lag. He used to continue. Forget that over. He's continuing with his routine. He had a daily routine fixed. He continued with the routine very nicely. Okay? So that is important. And then so this was eating. Therefore, person should be very careful. Prabhupada is saying here, if you eat too much, you sleep too much. You dream too much, and therefore you sleep too much, and then you cannot practice spiritual life. Okay? So that's an important principle. In fact, Vairagya is the principle. Sometimes Ekadashi is also, the principle is to eat less or not eat. Ekadashi has so many items, but doesn't mean to overeat. Eat less. So Prabhupada used to say, suppose we are in doubt to eat more or to eat less. Better eat less. Because eating less, you will become little weak, but you will not die. But we die. Actually, nature punishes us for overeating. There's so many diseases today. Medically, it is because of overeating. Correct? Most of the diseases, it is because of overeating, not because of undereating. Undereating person is a little thin, but he will not die. Overeating means we'll have ferocious varieties of diseases. We have the heart problem, he will have diabetes, and he will have blood pressure. There are so many diseases all connected to overeating. And in fact, it's true. Around the world, the biggest discussion is how to lose weight. Every time, general public, how to lose weight. Previously, people used to look where to food they were searching. And now in India also, in any metro, the first thing is, if somebody says, I lost 10 kilos, how did you lose? Yeah, they're very interested to lose weight, correct? Very excited. But then the Prabhupada did not emphasize on that. It says natural. There was once, for a devotee, natural. He should be actually slim. There was, when Prabhupada started a movement in America, and he started something on Sundays, afternoons. Because otherwise his programs used to be in the evening. He used to take 3 times in the evening a Gita class and daily morning class. His routine was there in New York and Los Angeles. And he suddenly started a new program on Sunday afternoon time called Love Feast. And he used to personally cook. And after cooking and all arranged, he used to personally be, otherwise, he was very regal. On normal days, he will come to his asana, take class, and go to his room. And those boys used to feel privileged if they can hold his umbrella or something just to go behind him, have one word with Prabhupada. They had a great respect for him. And so, but on this Love Feast day, Prabhupada used to be very accessible. He used to personally going around up. They don't know what is serving. In the West, general serving means buffet. Put a table, those who want to eat or go to hell. But that's not the Vedic system, correct? Sometimes in a heavy crowd is there, we use buffet system. But otherwise, the best system is make people sit down and go up and down and they serve. That's the best. It's affection is there. Please take. So Prabhupada used to be personally after them. Take more. I think you can eat. He used to push them. And sometimes some of these people used to eat 11, 12 chapatis. Then Prabhupada used to very softly tell, my Guru Maharaj did not like fat devotees. And he will continue. But he used to, it's like, his children's. Just like somebody may be fat, everybody doesn't like. Correct? When he becomes fat, except the mother. Mother doesn't mind. Eat more. So Prabhupada was like, in his presence, many of the disciples were like this. They became little hefty also. Prabhupada never minded. His affection was real, genuine, strong affection for them. He was happy they are engaged in devotion service. Not so much he was focused on whether they are gaining weight, but it did give the principle to them that my Guru Maharaj did not like fat people. That was the principle. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada used to say, I get alarmed when disciples become fat. So this should be another area. They made once a painting of Narad Muni. And what they did in the painting, they made him like, that 6-pack karke, some, very handsome person. So Prabhupada, when he saw the painting, he said, what is this? Why you are showing him so sensuous, with big muscles? He is a tapasvi. So we should also look at ourselves. Sometimes Prabhupada used to say many times, don't try to imitate the karmis, please. He used to warn the devotees, don't imitate karmis. Because the living among karmis, we start trying to imitate the karmis, which is not good. Correct? Devotees should remain in his devotional platform. Not that just for a few gallery, class for some stupid people, we will throw away our spiritual life. No. We remain devotee. Devotee is not that he goes to a gym, wants muscle. What he wants. He's not interested in all those things. In fact, once what happened, Prabhupada in the morning saw somebody doing yogasanas. Prabhupada said, what is all this? Chant Hare Krishna. What is he doing? So a devotee actually should keep focus. And actually the life of a devotee is so pure that he keeps good health anyway. It doesn't need to add on all these kind of things. He can maintain a good health without all these kind of things. Okay, so eating and sleeping in moderation. Now coming to moderation, some people, if you eat too less, that is also not too good. You'll be weak, you'll have no energy to do devotion service. And there is no point in trying to imitate great acharyas like Raghunath Das Goswami. There is no point in imitating them. Haridas Thakur used to chant 192 rounds and then take a gram of food in his mouth. You cannot imitate them. Okay, na? So, and then the next thing is generally when people come to temple, so this is too far, neither too less, neither too more, in moderation. And how much moderation, that each person has to figure out. Each body is different. Different digestive system, different, correct? Every person has to figure out what keeps him healthy, fit, and he is not gaining weight. Sleeping also, every person has to figure out. Overall, Prabhupada said you should be fresh. Okay? And he has given an indication for at 6. So there is no need to imitate Srila Prabhupada. I'll sleep 2 hours and all. You sleep 6 hours and you should be fresh after that. That is second point. And it's always good to sleep a bit early. And even medically they have done research. The time 9 to 12 is so wonderful that it is equivalent to 6 hours. They say each hour is equal to 2 hours of sleep. And after 12, it's like that. So it's always better to sleep early. Therefore, many temples have this system. They don't even have, most of the ISKCON temple, they don't have food at night. There was a devotee was visiting us. Since 2 years, he's only taking fruits. He doesn't eat any grain. And he's fresh. So it's the food which is so much talked about. The devotee is not so absorbed. In fact, the principle of devotee should be to eat simple food. Prabhupada used to say, for deities we may offer sometimes very, very opulent. True, we are small temple, our offering is simple. But in big temples, they have 30, 40 items they offer at a time. They can afford it. They have so many devotees and organizing, they can afford to. Prabhupada used to say sometime, in Western countries, you are so opulent, you should offer Chappan Bhoga every offering. They can do that. It's not a big deal. But in a small temple anyway, so if you may offer now hundreds of items, so many kind of rabadis, gulab jamun, jalebi, every offering, huge offering. Prabhupada used to say, no, you eat simple. The devotees may offer very opulent, but we eat simple. And particularly used to say for brahmacharis, you should be careful not to eat opulent offering every day. Sometimes for us, when we have festival times only we have, that's fine. Sometimes Sunday, that's fine. But otherwise, the daily, a big opulent offering will disturb our mind. It is said too much of eating deep fried items, sweet items will break our vairagya. Correct? The enjoying mentality will come. Then that enjoying mentality, tongue is the greatest enemy. What is the shloka? Tara made jiva hoti, lobo maya sudurmati, take jeta katina samshare. So tongue is the most difficult thing to control. So therefore what we should do, we should eat simple food always and not to give in to the pressure of the tongue. Then we will be very happy and peaceful. So, and the other element of this is that for a devotee, he's offered his body to Krishna. He is eating and sleeping to keep it only fresh and you can say enthusiastic to serve Krishna. A normal man, when he eats or sleeps, he does that for sense gratification. Correct? That is a picture. They look at the mirror. Prabhupada says a nice joke. Can't believe it. He said, tell a man he is no longer attracted to the opposite sex. He will not like to live now. Normal man. He said, no longer you look attracted to opposite sex. He will not like to live. They live just for that. Such a foolish it is actually. And we are all victim of that actually. Very funny. So no. So generally people what they do, they take so much in Western civilization right in the early morning time, which is the beautiful time, Brahma Muhurta time for japa. They also get up. The 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, they all are in their cycles or they're running on the roads. When Prabhupada came to India, he saw running on the road some people. Prabhupada said, what is the nonsense? They've also learnt it here. No. Because the whole idea is to keep the body handsome, fit for sense gratification. And the chief of sense gratification is sex life. That's all. There's nothing else to achieve in life. But a devotee keeps his body fit for service to Krishna. Brahmachari means particularly fresh and alert for service to the Lord. That's a brahmachari. Okay? So this way it is. There was an example, there was a devotee called Sanatan Goswami. And he said he was planning to commit suicide because he got very infected sores in his body. And Lord Chaitanya used to come and embrace him every day. He used to feel very, very embarrassed. What is this? I'm, embarrassing Lord by he's embracing me every day. He comes and, this is going on. So then Lord Chaitanya comes to know. So he comes to him. He said, this is my body. I have so much work to do through this body. So we should also feel this body is not ours. It is only Krishna's. So just like we clean something and keep it fit for the service, correct? The same way our body, we wash it nicely, give it appropriate food, give it appropriate rest. The goal is to serve Krishna. When I am taking rest, yes, I want to get up so that I am fresh to serve Krishna. Otherwise, I cannot do my service to Krishna. And sometimes externally, I may be engaged. Some other work I have to do for maintenance of the body. But still, we should keep the mind always at the lotus feet of Krishna. And that is an art. That is called Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada gives an example of a man, of a woman who has a paramour outside the family. So even though she is doing all household activity, the mind is always there. That's an example because that's the strongest way it happens in this world. The same way, we are also doing devotional service. We are doing so many activities. Our heart is thinking of Krishna. Whenever I chant Krishna's name, today I want to read about him, like that. Mind is always absorbed. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.